every American citizen that is a criminal in American jails right now. And the family members of American citizens that are criminals in American jails right now should be pissed off at the Democratic Party. And I'm going to tell you why. See, nobody fought for you this hard. You're a criminal. You got charges against you. They don't want you free. They don't want you on the streets. You're a danger. They don't want you around your family. But look how hard they fighting for illegal criminals to remain free on our streets. And they got the exact same criminal record you got. They got the same charges you got in their country.
Or worse.
Same exact charges. They're on our streets for free, getting taken care of by our tax dollars because the Democrats are fighting hard for that. But you're an American citizen. You're an American criminal. You're a danger. You don't belong with your family. This is why you gotta quit voting Democrat. They doing some backward shit. Why won't they fight this hard for an American citizen that has the same record as an illegal in this country with that? Why won't they do that? Nobody knows that answer. Everybody's like, well, an illegal deserves a new chance. An illegal deserves a chance to come over here and start a new life. But an American citizen with the exact same criminal record don't? Oh no, they gotta serve their time. They gotta serve their time. Well, how come this illegal ain't got to go back to his country and serve their time? No, he's here. We're going to fight to keep him here. We're going to fight to keep him here. This don't make no sense to me. If you are an American criminal or a family member of an American criminal, you should be pissed off. You should be voting Republican right now.
He's absolutely right. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot to get into. But this brother, he's on to something. He's on to something. Because even if you serve your time, you've paid your debt to society, if you are a felon, they make it extremely difficult for you to move on with your life. But they want to give free passes to folks that just got here. This dude's on to something.
I was quite confused by the emotions that came from the left when this story unveiled, because I didn't actually think y'all cared about kids.
They don't.
I mean, there's been an ample amount of times to speak up about kids, yet y'all choose just this story. Like the thousands of kids that have gone missing at an unsecured border under Biden, no outrage.
Upwards of 300,000 children that came through our border unaccompanied are unaccounted for. Makes no sense. There's no outrage, though.
There's been no acknowledgement that under the Trump administration, the Department of Homeland Security has actually found a portion of these migrant children.
Yep.
Those children were, vulnerable to sex trafficking and fentanyl, but no type of celebratory post, no acknowledgement of what's been done because we care about the kids.
That's because Orange Man bad.
There's no outrage about the children, the minors who were illegal immigrants working on cannabis farms in California who was possibly exploited, forced labor, and possibly trafficked, but there was no type of outrage about that. Not to mention, American kids get separated from their American parents or guardians all the time when their American parents and guardians commit crimes. They come home to empty houses, they get pushed into foster care, they are traumatized to say the least. It's so weird because there's no outrage about those Americans who commit crime and get separated from their kids. But of course, there's outrage about this because it fits the narrative right now. So this 5-year-old child was abandoned. His dad was trying to flee from ICE. He left on foot and left the 5-year-old child by himself. What did y'all want ICE to necessarily do in that moment? ICE tried to get in contact with the mother. It didn't work out. Eventually, the father wanted the son to be with him.
Yeah. What were the expectations? This is just another reason to be outraged. But the outrage isn't warranted. What did they expect? They expected ICE to just leave the kid out there to fend for himself. That's what they expected. And if they would have done that, all the mainstream media would say, look how heartless they are. They don't care about the kids. But the Democrats, they've shown they don't care about the kids.
Every white liberal out in the streets claiming to fight white supremacy and stand up for Black and Hispanic people, go home. Everything you're doing is making life harder for the people you claim to support. Look around you. How many Black and Hispanic people are actually standing beside you right now? Because I promise you this, if Black people feel the need to fight for something, we know how to do that. We fought when dogs were unleashed on us. We fought when pressure washers were used to rip the skin off our bodies. We fought when we couldn't walk down the street without the threat of being lynched. We fought not to be oppressed anymore. And what you do stupefies people into thinking we still are. And Hispanics, they don't need you either. 50% of Latinos voted for Trump. Why? because they and their families came here legally, did things the right way, and are tired of watching illegal immigrants get rewarded while they follow the rules. A lot of them live on the border and see what happens when there's an unhealthy influx of illegal immigrants in this country. They want deportations too. Your white privilege isn't helping anyone because it doesn't even exist, and believing that people of color can't stand up for themselves without your privilege leading the way is one of the most racist ideas there is. Google the white savior complex. White guilt has been imposed on you so deeply to the point that you feel like it's your duty to hold up posters and vandalize things with your delusions, leading people to think I support it because of my skin color.
Don't fall for that. Don't fall for it. I'm telling you. You know, regardless of who you are and how much melanin or how little melanin you have, don't fall for the trap. Seriously, do not fall for the propaganda. Do not fall for it. It will not serve you well.
I don't give a damn what she is. I know.
You what? That's not very nice.
You're not nice holding this poster. Yes,
I'm standing up for women who were brutally raped and murdered by illegal immigrants, yet I'm the mean one.
Thank you, Queen.
What's wrong with my sign? Why don't you like it?
Why? Because you're talking about innocent people getting deported for no reason when they're coming to a country to seek asylum.
Innocent?
Yes, innocent.
Are these men innocent on here?
How many immigration workers and how many immigrants actually work for our country in construction and all of these jobs that you don't want to have? They're working for you, and you want to kick them out for nothing when they
can come back and then work legally.
Visas are a totally different story. Most of these people have workplace visas.
What do you have to say for these 4 women who were brutally raped and murdered by illegal immigrants?
How many white men?
You have nothing to say for these 4. You literally have nothing to say for these women. You literally have nothing to say
about any of the other issues in our country.
I do, but today I'm talking about this. Tomorrow I'll talk about something else.
How about in Minnesota? How about in Oregon?
So she has nothing to say for the 4 women who were brutally raped and murdered. Condemn it.
No,
condemn it. Condemn them raping them.
No, I don't condemn human violence.
Wow.
No,
You won't condemn human violence.
Human violence?
You won't condemn human violence.
Really kicked out for other shit.
This is crazy. You can't condemn SA committed by illegal immigrants? Really? That's wow. I'd say unbelievable, but it's not, because we've been hearing and we've been seeing this type of rhetoric from these folks for a minute.
America, I love you, but you gotta wake up. The fact that they are using culture wars in order to distract us from their own wrongdoings. They're taking advantage of all of us, obviously. People are leaving the Democratic Party in droves because they are waking up to the fact that they play on your heartstrings on purpose. Democrats give their voters a false sense of moral superiority. We're the party that cares for people. We're the party that's welcoming. We're the party that loves everybody.
Which is the furthest thing from the truth. And if you actually look at their track record, look at the way they vote, look at their history, the parties didn't switch. Just look at what they've done over the better part of 200 years in this nation, and you'll get a chance for yourself to see that they're not the nice, friendly people that they portray themselves to be. They are the true definition of the wolf in sheep's clothing.
America was founded on immigrants. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. But immigrants who came here legally and contributed to the system. When you import a mass amount of people, at the same time, you're doing it on purpose. You're doing it to destabilize the country's systems, the infrastructure. And then you rely on those same people that you imported for votes to keep you in power. This is why they had open borders. They were importing voters that they could use to launder money and funnel it back to them. Americans are struggling. And people who can come over here who have not paid a dime into our system get to reap all the benefits using our tax dollars. People who are defending this, you're okay with this? People who are okay with this because they are brainwashed into thinking they are the party of morality. There's a reason people become more conservative as they get older, because their frontal lobe develops.
Yeah. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, right? And once you get into a situation to where you start taking care of a family, you start really paying taxes, and you start being the patriarch or the matriarch for that matter, whoever is the head of household, and you're responsible for everything, it definitely red pills you, because then when you get into it and you start to see what's going on and you start to see where your money goes because you're involved now, yeah, makes it very difficult to continue to support the Democrat Party, especially if you are in the know or have a full understanding as to what their agenda is and what their plans are. It's hard to continue to support these people.
If you want to fix Minneapolis, all you have to do is make sure that Tim Walz is put behind bars, make sure Jacob Fry is arrested, and make sure that the police chief is fired in Minneapolis. That's it. Get rid of all of them. The second thing you need to do is you need to understand that this leadership that is there right now, they propagandated this. Instead of pushing for peace, instead of pushing for the right to assemble, they have incited this. And because of local law enforcement not being able to keep these propagandated, radicalized people away from ICE, this is going to continue to happen. Because these people who have been radicalized do not have the ability to understand that ICE is there to do a job to make sure that the people are safe. And so the people that have committed crimes against us that have came from other countries are now being able to be protected by these people that are sitting there thinking that they're doing the right thing. And so Tim Walz has decided that he's going to activate the National Guard. And if you don't understand the power of a governor, the governor is the most powerfulest person in the state. They have the ability to influence and they have the ability to make sure that they work with laws and get bills passed. Tim Walz is a very powerful person, and that's why he needs to go and resign. Because under his watch, there have been 2 people that have been unalived. He can blame Trump, but Trump is not there. Who's there? He is there. Jacob Fry is there. The leadership of that police, the police chief, he's there. Hold them accountable. Get them out of there. Put some conservatives in there. And guess what? In a week, this thing will be taken care of. Because the law enforcement needs to be able to do their job. And they cannot do their job. As a matter of fact, they're sitting there nowhere to be seen. How do you have all these protesters going out against ICE and you have no local law enforcement? This is all because of Tim Walz. This is all because Jacob Fry. And this is all because they have a police chief that refuses to do his job and fight back.
Yeah, that's it right there. The one-party rule of Minnesota, which is all Democrat, they have basically handcuffed the police and they've handcuffed anybody in law enforcement, and they've kept them from connecting and doing the good work that needs to be done in the state of Minnesota, in the city of Minneapolis and St. Paul. All in the name of these quote unquote sanctuary city agenda or sanctuary city rules that says, hey, our law enforcement can't work with the federal government. So yes, this brother's absolutely right. Tim Walz needs to step down. Joseph Fry or Jacob Fry needs to step down. They need a new sheriff or a new top cop out there. And they need people that really have a full understanding of what needs to be done and has the people's best interests at heart. And to be honest with you, actually has the illegal immigrants' best interests at heart. Because if you can get law enforcement, local law enforcement, working in tandem with the federal government, you won't need all of this that's going on out in the streets. It wouldn't be necessary, because when these people commit crimes, and trust me, they commit crimes, all they would have to do is say, hey, you're undocumented, you're an illegal immigrant. Okay, ICE, we got a few of them. Come on over here and get them. But because the powers that be within the state of Minnesota has told local law enforcement, you're not allowed to work with these guys. Just let these illegal immigrant criminals go and let them run amok in our city. It's caused problems. The federal government's job is to make sure that they keep our borders sovereign and that they get the people that aren't supposed to be here, they get them up out of our nation. That's part of their job. And the fact that you have local politicians and law enforcement not helping or impeding, that is part of the problem. And then when they get on TV and they go out and they tell the protesters or their constituents to get out there, and they embolden those people to get out there and cause havoc and to impede, on the operations that ICE is doing, they're actually part of the problem. They're not part of the solution. I'm glad that you're seeing brothers and sisters start to step up and say, hey, man, this is one, not our fight, but two, these folks out there, the powers that be in Minnesota, need to be held accountable. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. God bless. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.